Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Michy. I am the founder of Michy's Craft Corner, where I make custom and personalized items for individuals and merch for businesses. So I decided that I'm going to do a series of my embroidery journey, and this is episode 1. If you're new here, please subscribe, hit the like and the bell so you could be notified every time I upload, which is every other Wednesday for the most part. Anyways, so I got a single needle embroidery machine. I believe it was around the holidays, and I did practice on it. I did my first stitch, everything was perfect, and I will show that. I did film an unboxing. I filmed my first stitch and some fails and struggles. So let's actually start with the unboxing. So I believe I mentioned before, I have the Pooling EOC6. It came with stabilizer, a few hoops, which you see here. I believe it came with 4. It does stitch out larger designs, which I think that's the first hoop that you see there. I think it's like 7.5 by like 9 or something like that. It comes with guide, it comes with thread, and it comes with that item, which is to put thread on there when you're doing multiple colors. It comes with scissors, it comes with bobbin thread, it comes with everything that you need to start. Okay, so that's the machine. It's like a weird red color. I wanted the white one, but that's what was on sale, and it came with everything that I needed. So as you can see, it comes with accessories, it comes with thread, it comes with the bobbins with thread on it. I did want to mention that the clips that you're going to see in between me talking is recorded prior of me thinking about doing this whole series on YouTube. So that's why it's not recorded horizontal. So my bad. Um, but either way, it's still, you can still see what I'm talking about. All right. So the machine comes with a bunch of different designs that you can actually stitch out. You could change the colors. It's pretty cool. I'm not sponsored by Pooling, by the way. I'm just talking about my experience and for you guys to follow my journey. So in the next clip, you're gonna see one of the pre-saved um, designs. Drew a blank. Um, so let's take you there, and then I will have some thoughts. So here you will see the stitching of is the word believe. I picked the color of the thread, um, which is pretty nice that it comes with a bunch of different designs that you can pick from, but you can also save designs that you made yourself or that you purchased. You are able to purchase um, embroidery files so that you can use it on your machine. It has a USB where you save everything to. When I did this, yeah, I didn't have any problems. Everything came out smooth. As you can see, it came out perfect. The stitching, the tension, everything was perfect. As you can see there, that there's no bobbin thread showing. Everything looked really, really good. So I was super excited. So I want to show you the mess that has happened. Let me look for it. Sorry about that. All right. So I was using a a shirt just to practice on. This is everything that I've done. So as you can see, this is the first one. I know it's mirrored, but it was perfect. Everything was really good. So then I said, oh, let me try to digitize and embroider my logo. That's where the nightmare started. So I used, or I'm attempting to use, like 3 or 4 different embroidery programs where you can digitize your own designs. And I did make a purchase within Brilliance because I wanted some of the features that were not available for the other programs. And the good thing is that it's not a subscription. Again, I'm not sponsored by anything that I'm talking about. Um, I like that I just make a one-time purchase and the program is always mine. Any updates, anything like that, I don't have to pay for. So that was like, yes, please add to cart. And it was on sale because I bought it. I forgot how long ago. It was recent. It was there was a sale, so I got it on a very good deal. So I got that. I'm learning more and more. I started practicing again after taking a few months break because one, I was stressed the heck out, and two, I was really preoccupied with the current things that I already offer and dealing with the orders, dealing with um bulk orders and wholesale. So it was taking a lot of my time. So I couldn't really focus on embroidery. But then I started again a few weeks ago. But let me show you again. So when I started trying to digitize, this was coming out good. I was like, okay, I just have to change a little bit. The circle was too thin. Um, and then as it was stitching out, all of a sudden, I kept getting nesting. I had a huge knot right underneath the plate with the bobbin plate and where the bobbin is, and it was it was just really hard to come out. It does come with embroidery scissors, so I was able to use that to get underneath and cut, and so that's why it looks kind of messy, and it stopped right there. That's where it happened. And then I tried again to do it this way, and the stitching was not right. And I know there's a lot of loose thread. I'm supposed to be cutting it and things like that, but this was just a practice. As you can see, it looked like crap. The stitching was not what I wanted. It looks just it looks bad. And then again, I got nesting when I was almost done. I thought I was able to save this thing, but I couldn't. It got again the nesting. Then I tried again, and I it is successful because it's stitched out completely, but I wasn't able to change the stitch type. I didn't know how to do that. So I wanted the satin stitch, and instead it did I forgot what it's called, but it's normally used when you're doing a fill. So I got this. That was, I think, one of my last, actually no, this is my second to the last attempt. So I did stitch everything out. Everything came out. It's just, like I said, I didn't know how to convert it to a satin stitch. So then um, I tried again to digitize a different way that I found, and I was almost done, but I got nesting really bad. And I believe this is the one that made yeah, it actually, the nesting was so bad that it made a hole in the shirt. So this was the Bad Bunny logo. It was trying to write out Bad Bunny right here. I think that if I didn't do that, it would have stitched out right because everything, the satin stitch came out perfect. Of course, I just had to cut that, but it was perfect. It was come out perfect. The eyes came out perfect. So it was doing that first, and then it did the eyes, and then it was gonna do the Bad Bunny, and then it was gonna do the mouth. So I don't know where I went wrong with the Bad Bunny right here, but it messed it up. And I that's when I was like, forget about it. I'm taking a break. It did make a hole, like I said. I don't know what I did wrong in that aspect. Um, I don't know if it was the stitch I chose, the tension, or what. Um, I think looking at it, the tension looked like it was okay. It was pretty good. It looked pretty good. The eyes, I don't know why the eyes were able to be stitched out without a problem, but then when it was trying to do the A, it just wouldn't move on from there. So I just gave up. So that was my struggle. It was really bad. Um, I have no idea. I had no idea that embroidery was going to be this difficult. Um, it looked so easy. All of the videos that I've seen with different machines and everything was it made it look so easy. Like everything was just an easy fix if there was a little, a little bump on the embroidery journey. But in my experience, it's been pretty nightmarish. Um, I had to again take some breaks because I was that frustrated with the nesting. That was my biggest problem. But I started recently again and I'm getting further than I did before. I feel like I'm learning more on how to digitize. I think part of the problem, I think there's two problems. One, how I'm digitizing, and two, the tension. It with after I already bought the machine, that's and I tried it and I took a break because of the issues that I was having. I saw that quite a few people were complaining about the tension issue with this machine. Um, I know that recently there was a updated one that came out, the EOC 7, that that problem is not there. It's just plug it in and use it, and you don't have a problem. I haven't seen that one person complain about that machine, and I kind of wish that that machine was available before and I would have gotten that one instead. But I'm going to just learn it and deal with the issues, and I know that I can be successful. I've seen so many people, go over that hurdle and everything is smooth now. So I know that I'm gonna be there at one point, but right now I'm still learning. Um, I went further along with the whole digitizing. The problem that I'm having is when I put the image, like everything looks perfect in the program, but once I put it in the machine so that I can actually start stitching, it looks like how I'm gonna show you. Um, I'm gonna show you the screen on how it looks like. It looks crazy. The colors. That's another thing that I don't like about this machine is you can save the image with certain colors, but then when you put it in the machine, it changes it. So then you have to go in and change each thread back to how the colors that you want. I really do not like that aspect, and I hope Pullen does something where I don't know if it's an update or something where it doesn't convert it, it keeps it as is because it's kind of time consuming when you already um you already edited the image, created an image that you want to embroider with the colors that you want, to then have to spend time again to go into the machine and then change the colors back because for some reason it changes it. So, Pulling, if you watch this video, I mean, I'm a tiny little channel in the corner of YouTube, but if you happen to see this video, I really hope that that's an issue that you fix because it's very frustrating and the whole tension thing is very frustrating as well. But I'm gonna go and show you what I was trying to work on just recently. It is Snorlax from Pokemon. He's one of my favorite Pokemon. He reminds me of my husband, don't ask. But I was trying to do Snorlax. It looked so freaking good in the program, but then when I put it in the pulling, you will see. So let me show you that clip now. Here how Snorlax looks after I digitize it and put it in the pulling machine. I am not sure why. So I decided to use the water soluble stabilizer to see if it helps with the issues that I was having. That's one of the solutions that I saw, and that's what happened. More nesting, but it was more loose this time. It didn't do like a tight a tight knot, but I took it out and I kept it moving. This is when I was using the lighter thread. That one worked really good. I only got nesting once, which I know it'll pop up here somewhere. Um, for some reason, when I changed it to the brown, that's when I was really having problems. I don't know if it was the way I threaded the machine or what, but that part right there is when the machine was stuck. I decided to take everything out and started cleaning the bobbin area. I took out so much string from here. It's not even funny. The amount of thread that was in here, I'm not surprised that it would affect how the bobbin area was working and how the machine was working. So I took out a lot. I didn't show that here because it was hard to show. But this is everything that I found. That's the first knot or nesting that I told you about. And this is how it came out before I gave up. I was almost done, but I just gave up. That's the bobbin with a lot of thread from the top that gathered literally tightly around the bobbin. I don't know why, but so this is how Snorlax is looking like. This part here is where I said that was coming out perfect. There was no issues here. This came out pretty good. The reason why this is not lined up is because for some reason I noticed that the shirt was moving a lot while it was stitching, so I um put more tension on it, and that's what caused it to get misaligned. But since it was a practice shirt, I really didn't give a damn that it came out like that. And also for some reason there was like an overlap with the brown and the black. The outline is supposed to be black. The brown part was only supposed to be on the foot where those holes are. And there was like a little bit of shadowing, let's say, on some parts that for some reason was there, so I did the brown there. It it just came out it came out pretty bad. This is the water soluble. When I spray it, it'll come, it'll dissolve. So here, I don't know if you see, like right there, there's like a hole. I had to move the image up and to the corner so it could avoid that part. That's where that really bad um nesting happened, and it made a hole in the shirt, and it made a hole in the stabilizer. So that is the struggle that I've been having. I looked on the back to see how it looks like. The bobbin thread is brown because, again, you're not supposed to see the bobbin thread, and as you look at the inside of the shirt, and it will only show a little bit. So I didn't care about the bobbin thread color. But as you can see, there's the hole. Um is this tearaway or cut? No, this is cutaway stabilizer. And this is how the back is looking like. So if anybody has any tips for me how to solve these problems that I've been having with the nesting and the tension, please let me know. I've been playing around a lot with this. I am going to continue. I'm not going to give up, but if anybody have any tips for me, that would be amazing because I really want to um, make this work. I haven't cut any of this stuff away. I noticed that like a lot of people were saying, oh, you should do double stabilizer on t-shirts so that it's more like more structured and you'll get more of a successful stitch. But this stabilizer is really thick. I did use double when I did that first design that I told you that it came with the machine. And I'm looking at the back now that I know more, and it does look like the thread, the tension was pretty good. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty good. There was absolutely no nesting at all. Everything looks really good. I don't remember ever having any problems with I like I said, I was very, very excited. Um, but like a lot of these were just a hot mess on the back. So I know that you're supposed to look at how it looks on the back to know whether it's a tension problem or something. And it looks really bad. This is the one that I said caused a lot of nesting. Like you see how like this part was nesting. This has a huge knot right there. Like it just is really horrible. Um, so that is my struggle, and I wanted to do a series so you can follow me on my journey. Again, I'm not going to like give up or anything, but I do want to learn. I know it's probably user error, but then again, a lot of people are having the same problem as I am when it comes to the nesting, and a lot of time is being spent on trying to find the right way to get the tension, the right materials to use, depending on what fabric you're using to do the embroidery. It's it's been a journey, and it's been a few months, and I was so excited that I posted the machine on my socials, thinking that I'm going by now. I would have been a pro at it, and I would be knocking out these orders. But and people are asking me till this day, like, didn't you say that you have an embroidery machine? Can you I have an embroidery order, da da da, and I'm like, I'm not ready to take orders yet. It's a lot more difficult than I thought it would be, and more time consuming than I thought it would be. So I'm hoping to get it done. I want to be able to take orders as soon as possible, and I also want. I did find joy in doing embroidery when things were going right, but I want that to continue. I want to have fun doing the embroidery for myself, my family, and for my customers. So again, if anyone knows about the Pulin EO6 EOC6, and you had the same problem as me and you found the solutions, please leave them in the comments down below. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. Again, please subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you'll be notified every time I upload. Again, it's every other Wednesday, except for when certain situations happen, like with this video. I'm posting it on Friday, but it's every other Wednesday for the most part. If you want to follow this journey, again, please subscribe, and let's if you're new also, let's go through this together. We got this, and I will see you with episode 2 in 2